Speaking of germs, what about the Ebola virus? Widespread concern, a fluke, easy to contain. What's your take?
It scares me.
Well, you know that one dude who was over there treating the Ebola patients, and he came back, and he just went right back and got into circulation with all his friends and stuff like that. Now, selfish, self-centered, would that be the word for that? Because, I mean, if you're a doctor, okay, and everybody thinks they know how Ebola spread, but hey, man, it's a little bit easier to catch than they're letting on.
I think so, and especially that he's a doctor. I think that's a little selfish because he, if anyone, would be more educated about it than the masses, so to speak.
Let me do a little research here. Let me put myself in a 21-day quarantine to see if I get symptoms.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, I agree. I say selfish.
Now, they're talking about they're never going to ban, I guess, the countries, West Africa or whatever,
traveling here,
taking passports. What do you think about that? Do you agree, disagree?
I think they shouldn't be able to travel here. I'm not sure that the screening that they've put in place in some airports, I'm not sure how confident I am in that.
I have zero confidence in them. Stacey, you see this desk I'm sitting at in here? This thing is probably 8 feet long. It's about 4 feet wide.
Yes.
A lot of surface area. If I have different items of food scattered along this table, watch this kind of analogy. You talk about crazy. So if I have all this food scattered out on the table and I have a mouse on the table, and I don't want it to spread to all of my food, you know the best way to stop that mouse? To put a big bowl over it and contain it.
Yes.
Not let it go to the other places.
Stop it right there.
Stop it right there. So then, you know, you put the ban on the commercial flights and all that other stuff. Still can get private in and out. And I know they're flying our military personnel, medical personnel over there to help the task at hand, and that's to, you know, stop this disease.
Yes.
But my point is, I think that we're way behind on where we should be, and I don't think there's enough respect given to the fact that this stuff is obviously more easily spread than they're letting on.
Yes.
Man, we went from the Pope ribbing people with a squirter on his windshield. It's a very well-known match. I'm going to have that later. Coming up at the end of the show, I'll pick my match of the week. Right now, I'm still out there shooting the Broken Skull Challenge Season 2. The guys and gals this year are a lot better than they were last year. Let me just say this. The bar has been raised. And while I'm talking about bars being raised, I'll also talk about a little plug for my merchandise on the BrokenSkullRanch.com and ProWrestlingTees.com. All the stuff I wore on the Broken Skull Challenge last year and some Steve Austin stuff on there as well. Check out the BrokenSkullRanch.com. But before we go any further, I got to take care of my sponsors, and that means I got to talk about DraftKings. See, folks, we're halfway through the football season, and if your season-long team is still struggling, then you really need to hit up DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com awards instant cash every week, and that's why it's America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. At DraftKings.com, you're never stuck with the same players. You can stack your team every single week. Then, just sit back and wait for that instant cash to roll in. And if you go to DraftKings.com, you can get free entry into the $100,000 fantasy football contest this weekend, where first place takes home $10,000.
That's Ebola. Give me your take on what's going on with the Ebola situation.
Well, I don't think overall this is going to turn into a pandemic here. In Africa, the UN says it could be as many as 1.4 million people that are going to get it. What I do know is they have been allowing people to fly in from West Africa when the default position, like England and France have done, is don't let them. They brought in healthcare workers before we're supposed to be treated on Navy ships. That was always the default. Now they're bringing them in. Now people are getting Ebola in Spain and other areas from people they brought in. So I think, in a way, they're letting it begin to spread so they can try to come out with a vaccine. They say it's going to be ready by December or January that Bill and Melinda Gates are involved in with Monsanto to try to give us some deadly vaccine. I mean, I really think that's what's behind it. I don't think domestically the Ebola situation is truly that big of a deal, unless you're this nurse that's got it or the poor guy that died in Dallas last week. But I do think the hysteria and the hype from it is going to be a really, really big problem.
Well, Alex, let's put it into perspective like I did on my show. Okay, we've had one person in the United States now, that Mr. Duncan, who came back to Texas, actually die from Ebola in the United States. Well, last month alone, there were 10,000 people killed by drunk drivers.
Yep.
So I would say we have a drunk driving epidemic than the Ebola situation. Drunk driving is
Governor, I
way
think what
worse
people
here.
are scared of, I mean, I agree with you, but what people are scared of is the potentiality, the potential that 5 people get it, 10 get it, 20 get it, 100 get it, 1,000 get it, 10,000 get it, 1 million get it, 5 million get it, 20 million get it, because if it ever mutates and goes airborne, I mean, Katie bar the door, it could kill billions. But I don't think this go around, that's what we're facing, but I do think long term, we've got a population of 7.5 billion people. What happens in nature whenever a population gets really huge?
It takes care of itself, usually.
Yeah, and I'm not for exterminating people. I'm not a eugenicist. I've been on your TV show about that.
Yeah.
But the globalists, have said that they are all for airborne Ebola. So I am concerned down the road they could release it or allow it to spread. What do you think?
Well, first of all, though, Ebola can't spread airborne. How are they going to get it to spread airborne? It has to. The only way it can spread is through bodily fluids. It's like AIDS.
No, I know, but I'm saying, what if it goes airborne?
Well, it can't right now. Unless somebody creates it to make it to where it can. But Ebola right now cannot be spread airborne. It's like AIDS. I never had any fear of catching AIDS because I'm not sexually promiscuous or anything like that to where I would get it. And the only way I could ever contract it would be through a blood transfusion of some sort. That would be the only way I'd get it. Ebola's the same way. You can't just get it from it being airborne or somebody sneezing. You have to come in direct contact with it, and it has to be from bodily fluids.
No, I totally agree with you that currently it is. I just interviewed the virologist and others, medical doctors on air, and they're saying the concern is before the biggest Ebola scares would be 15, 20, 30 people getting it in Africa.
And no, what I find interesting, though, Alex, is that the rest of the world is sending doctors to Africa, and yet we sent the 82nd Airborne there?
Well, that's another way to spread it. So that's what I'm getting at. The doctors are worried that when it gets into a bigger population, that's where it mutates, is inside the body. When the virus starts getting defeated, it starts mutating to try to defeat the body, and that's why they think it may start to go airborne. They think it may already be more hardy, not truly airborne, but can survive in spit and saliva. Why is it spreading so much worse this time, is my point.
But my point, Alex, why are we sending the military, the 82nd Airborne, to Africa? They have...
He answered everything. Send the military.
Well, no, I've heard, here's what I heard the reason is because China's taking a big interest in Africa right now, and so we want to send our military over there to get control.
Well, that's completely true. In my film, The Obama Deception, that's been seen 40 million times online for free that you're in, by the way, you can see me in myself and Webster Tarpley on the video predict that they would use different crises for AFRICOM to invade Africa to kick the Chinese out. And you're absolutely right. This is an invasion of Africa covered up as an Ebola response.
Yeah, because other countries are sending doctors there and medical personnel. And I was just astounded when I found out the 82nd Airborne is going there, the paratroopers. What do they have to do with medical? Nothing. They wage war. They're the top Army guys, the airborne guys. They're the guys that parachute. I went through jump school with them. They would have nothing to do with Ebola. I'm trying to figure out why they would send the 82nd Airborne to Africa.
That's it. That is exactly, as soon as you said it, I absolutely concurred with you because it's clear that's what's going on. They're setting up permanent bases in a whole bunch of these countries. And also when they put Al-Qaeda, known as ISIS, into Libya 4 years ago, they're now using that as an excuse to send troops.